What is up, humans of the cardboard? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, I'm giving you a test hand videos for Beetrooper Insect Good Stuff, whatever you want to call this deck. It's a really cool deck. I just made the profile on it, so feel free to check that out if you want to see my more in-depth profile talking about the deck and whatnot. At least for today, though, we're doing test hands. I will say this before we even get into anything. I do have some slight changes I want to make to the deck, but it's not going to be too crazy. I think at the end of the day, when you look at it, you're going to be like, oh, okay. You just need to really keep, like, as long as you're keeping track of like how many extenders you have, how many bodies you can put on the field. Learning the combos doesn't really change that much based on the kind of cards I'm looking at changing. The core of the deck will still be the same. And so I think this video will help people see exactly what you're trying to do with the combo lines and everything, and not just, combo decks are hard to just piece together just by watching a profile, right? It's better to see them play, see what they want to do, what the goal is, and go from there. So hopefully this video will help with that. We're going to do a couple test hands. Hopefully we look pretty good. Honestly, I went to locals last night, went 3-2, and one of the rounds I lost, I completely threw. So I could have easily been 4-1 potentially. I think that I can play. It really can. It does have its weaknesses for sure, but it also has its strengths, and its strengths are good versus a lot of the meta. So here we go. We power shuffled. Let's do our first hand here. We've got Scout Buggy. Wow. Okay. Scout Buggy, Sting the Poison, Resonance Insect, and another Sting the Poison. So what's really interesting here, this is combo, but you lose to like almost any one hand trap essentially with this combo. So yeah, let's just get into it. Normal summon Sting the Poison, I think is probably your best bet. We're going to use his effect to search. We have no extenders, so if we just get like hit here, we kind of like can't do anything. But you can't start with Resonance because we have nothing else to put on board. You could also have gone with Buggy, but I think for this situation, I kind of like going for Sting first. Sting's a little less scary, I think, than Buggy to people. I think people just see, oh, summon from the deck, and sometimes they'll hand trap it, which we don't really want to see here. We're going to summon the pin. We'll burn for 200, because why not? Then we will link off here for our link to Armor Horn. Armor Horn's effect for an additional normal. We're going to normal the Buggy. I'd like to normal summon Resonance to get him in there, but unfortunately we don't have another extender. So to get to Pyko, we need the ability to get 2 monsters on field. We'll summon the other Scout Buggy out of the deck off of our Scout Buggy. We'll go these two. Link summon into Pico Felina. We'll go her effect on summon. We're gonna discard. I want to keep the Imperm because I don't think I need both of these in hand, to be honest. So I'm gonna discard the Resonance. It's not gonna trigger here, but I think Sting is probably a little bit better going next turn playing into a board. So and we can banish him to get like potentially another send. If we were to get like Imperm or something on here, we'd actually be pretty solid. Just because of that. But we'll go Pico effect targeting the Armor Horn, discarding Resonance to equip another Resonance. Then with these two, we will make the link 4 into our Invincible Atlas. This is going to trigger Resonance Insect to search. A lot of times I like to search Sting Lancer first, because you're not always going to be able to get the double search. I get it, Contact C can be more of a blowout than this card, but this card is just that guaranteed graveyard absorb. So anything graveyard reliant, this is going to be really clutch. It's going to be a solid interruption, and it gets you a really nice follow-up. So I kind of like that as a safer option than going for the Contact C out the gate. But if you know the matchup and you know Contact C is going to be a bomb, then obviously Contact C is really good. Okay, from here, oh, wait, hold on. I keep doing this. I really keep doing this all the time. Before we do all this, let's just do our Pyko effect. We're going to shuffle those two, particularly with the Sting. We're going to shuffle it in just to get a free draw. Apologies. I keep forgetting the Pico effect. So, guys, please try not to forget the Pico effect. You just get a free draw. Like, it's so free. Just get it. Just get it because, like, it's so free. Okay. We're gonna draw. Nice. It's just a follow-up, to be honest. Okay, then we're linking off. Then we're gonna Resonance for the Sting. Then we're gonna use Armor Horn's effect in Grave. We're gonna banish 3, including probably both Resonance Insects and the pin. From here, we're gonna use. Then we're gonna Reborn Armor Horn. This was on field because we link summoned it. There we're gonna go Resonance Chainlink 1, Resonance Chainlink 2. What I usually, well, I don't think I have enough, good enough combo to get that ready, but I think what I wanna do here is I just wanna send, obviously Goku Pole, it's the best one to send, and then I'll send a Primitive Butterfly because I honestly don't want to top deck that next turn. So, you know, getting one out of the deck is fine. Gets another material engrave for, you know, an Armor Horn next turn or whatever, and that works. So then we're going to trigger Goku Pole, and we're going to add our Retaliating Sea, because that's how we do. Where's he at? There we go. Then we're going to use Atlas's effect, tributing the Armor Horn. He will get banished this time. We'll summon the Sting Lancer, and then Sting Lancer will trigger to search us the counter trap. So we got 6 cards in hand right now with the 2 extra bodies on the field. So when the deck goes combo, like, you really go hella plus. It's kind of crazy. So we'll set 1 and we'll set 2, and we're kind of going to pass on that, which doesn't seem that crazy, but it's pretty good, to be honest, right? So we opened the Imperm and didn't really need to discard it, but we're ending on this guy who is an untargetable, indestructible beater. We have a Solemn Strike for monster effects that's recurable, 1 infinite impermanence. We have the Retaliating Sea and this in hand. Like, again, like we had the most bare bones combo. That's pretty much the bare bones combo. We had no extenders outside of that stuff. But it works out, right? Like we're hella plus. We've got these for follow-up, this is a follow-up, and this is a follow-up. Like this is what I love about the deck. Is like you summon this and on your opponent's turn to disrupt their grave, but you're also going to search the field spell, which is just a monster reborn for next turn. Retaliating Sea, after you drop it, you link it off and it's going to get you another search for a resonance insect. Okay, that's good. Just an extender for next turn and another starter for next turn. So you just have like a ton of follow-up, even though the interruption isn't like all that in a box of chocolates. So most decks aren't going to play through all 4 interruptions here anyway, but we will take that. So first test hand in the books, pretty good, I would say. I mean, if you got hand trapped, it's going to be tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. That hand had, I mean, you opened 4 normal summons. This is the whole reason I only played 2 Scout Buggy, because sometimes you still draw hands like that, where it's like all normal summons, and if they have any one hand trap, you're in trouble. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay. Just give it a couple more of these guys. We'll hit the second test hand. Hopefully I can do like a Seraphim Papillon setup at some point today. Resident, okay, this could, wow. Jeez, so many normal summons. I've drawn so many normal summons. I play less normal summons than like other lists I've seen. It's crazy. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna special summon Primitive Butterfly. What I'm gonna do here. I think the safe play is actually to start with Resonance here. We will take these 2. Into Armor Horn. We'll use Resonance effect to search, just to kind of get the search early and start it off hot, so that we're not like messing around too much. Then we're going to use Armor Horn's effect for an additional normal. We'll summon Sting, and we'll use Sting's effect to search. We'll grab Pin the Bullseye, just for basic extension. Now, obviously, things change when you know you're playing into interruption. There are different sequencing you want to do. But Resonance is really good because sometimes you can chain block it, but also it's just like an effect in graves. If they have like a negate and destroy, they're like leaving you all the material on board, but like they're just negating 1 search in the grave. Feels really neg for them. Okay, we're going to summon Pin. We're going to use Pin's effect to burn for 200, because why not? Then we are going to take these 2 boys into the Pico Felina. Pico, do I even want to discard him? Probably not, actually. We're going to go Pico targeting the Armor Horn. So the question is, do I want to discard Resonance here, or does Tekapede? I guess Tekapede's a nice extender if anything happens. But a Resonance is more follow-up. I don't want to really burn through all 3. I guess Resonance is fine. We'll discard Resonance to target the Armor Horn and equip. You'll see why this is fine. I mean, I think I'm just gonna shuffle it back, to be honest. We do not need to banish all 3 this turn, or yeah. So honestly, I'm gonna use the Pico effect, targeting 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think 3 is pretty good. I want to banish primitive. I really want primitive like out of the deck after turn 1. It really does not come up that well. It can theoretically, like in a back and forth duel where your opponent kind of like clears your board and stuff, but usually it doesn't. So we're gonna shuffle those 3. We're gonna draw 1. Great. I'm really thinking about dropping the Speedboy package, guys. I've seen Takatan work so much, it's crazy. Resonance Insect effect to search again. So whenever you get the double search, that's when I'm getting Contact C. The first search almost always is going to this just because it's safer. I think it's going to hit more decks, and it has the follow-up, the guaranteed follow-up included anyway. And then the Contact C obviously will come after. Okay, from here we'll use our Armor Horn, go banish. I think just these 3 is actually fine. Yeah, we'll banish those 3 to summon, and then we'll use Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 on the 2 Resonance Insects. One of them will send obviously Gokipole, and the other one will send Sting the Poison, because I actually think we can end on the Papillon in this turn, which is really cool. Okay, I want to, yeah, it's a little bit awkward because none of these are wind, unfortunately, which is really tough. So, well, I guess it doesn't matter because they say you can only summon insects anyway. So we'll banish the Pycophyllina Engrave to summon the Aztecapede. Then we will use Atlas Tributing the Aztecapede to summon from deck. We'll grab our other Sting the Poison. Sting will trigger to search. Fly the Sting, Fly and Sting, not Fly the Sting. Oh, I didn't even search off Gokipole. My bad, guys. My bad. There's a lot of searching going on, guys. Please do your best to remember to get your searches. So we also just got Retaliating Sea off of Gokipole at one point. Just keep that in mind when we sent him. And then here we will go, get the search there. Got that, yeah. Okay, so then we link these off. This is gonna get banished. And this time we wanna make Seraphim Papillon. Really, really good. On summon, he's gonna get 2 counters. This one's gonna get 2 counters. And then it can, on the next turn and turns following, it can detach a counter, quick effect to reborn an insect, a level 4 lower insect engrave. So we have the setup for that. We're going to set one. It's going to be the Flying Sting. Nothing too crazy. But I think overall this hand's actually really, really solid, like looking at it. So pretty much what we have here is like a ton. Okay, so we have the Flying Sting. That's just a monster negate and destroy. Retaliating Sea in hand, Contact Sea in hand, and the Sting Lancer. So Graveyard Disruption, the potential of this card being a blowout versus a certain deck, and then Retaliating Sea, also really nasty. Don't forget that this on summon is searching you the field spell for follow-up. Don't forget that this, when it's linked off next turn, is a search for a Resonance Insect. And also we have Seraphim. So Seraphim, pretty much, you're going to be using it to target the Sting Lancer Engrave. You're going to reborn it on your opponent's turn, and then Sting Lancer is going to search you a follow-up, which is so nasty. Sting Lancer is just going to grab you like Arbalest or one of the extender ones, and then he's a walking impermanence. So interruption-wise, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interruptions with follow-up search, follow-up search, follow-up search. And then this also will reset itself on your next end phase if you weren't able to kill. So I like that the boards aren't insane. I just wish some of the interactions were a little nicer. Like some of your cards just don't super interact with your opponent amazingly well. But some of them do. It depends on the matchup, and so it is what it is. I guess that's the mark of a rogue deck. Like they can tend to be kind of matchup dependent there. All right, so hand trap or test hand number 2, pretty in the books, pretty good. That was a good one because we could have also played through a hand trap or 2 and still ended on something decent, which is really good. I mean, I don't think there's a hand trap out there that like is the catch. I mean, Droll's probably it for like a really good hand. I did get Drolled twice today from a guy playing it in the main. I was like, dang it, Droll in the main, brutal, brutal. Okay, here we go. New test hand. Okay, Sting, Scout, Resident. What the hell, man? Why? God, so annoying. Like, seriously, guys, I played 5 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yesterday, and I did not draw a single hand with, I think, more than 2 normal summons in it. And today, 2 of my 3 hands have 4 normal summons, and one of them had 3 normal summons. Crazy. So, like, I do this combo for you, but, like, what's the point? Literally the only... There's going to be the exact same combo as turn 1. We're going to be using these 2 to get the 4 bodies on field, make the Armor Horn, make the Pico, do the Pico Armor Horn stuff, get some searches. The only thing that's different is you're going to be discarding this off of the Pico, because this is going to reset itself anyway on end phase. So it means when you summon the Sting Lancer, you're just going to, or I guess when you're summoning off of Invincible Atlas, you could do one of 2 things. You can either summon Sting Lancer for the field spell, or you can just summon Scale Bomber for like the Ghost Ogre-esque effect and just essentially get the Ghost Ogre effect out. I think I'd actually probably do that. So you're going to end on this because you're still going to end with the Sting Lancer in hand. So he's going to search you the field spell anyway. This is going to reset itself on end phase. So it's really not that different from that first hand. So honestly, it's not even worth going through because it's going to be like the exact same hand, which is like slightly different just because we're discarding the counter trap instead of something else. But it comes back, so really, really good. I love that card. That card's so good. Especially in a grindier match where you just have like Atlas on field. You can just get the Flying Sting in rotation. I mean, it's crazy. It's just every turn. It just kind of almost feels like Salamangrates. How like when you start losing to Salamangrates, they just are adding back the free counter trap and like trap every turn. Wow, okay. This one is not a great one, but it can be okay. We're going to try and make it as good as we can. So really all we have engine-wise is just these 2. But this is okay, right? Because we have a good starter, so use effect. And then we'll chain link to this because we want to chain block him because we really want him to resolve through Ash. Hopefully. Okay, so I want... What do I want? I just want an extender, I think. I think pin is just fine here. Okay. Then we're just going to summon Takatambo for free because we control the wind. We're going to summon the pin for free because we can. Then we have some decision to make. We'll burn for 200 because why not? We're going to link 2 for Pico Felina. We're going to Pico target the Scale Bomber, discarding the Flying Sting. So that's the one. That's the one good thing about Flying Sting. Even drawing it, it's like one of your best discards because it comes back so freely. We'll get a Resonance on the Scale Bomber, and then we will. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about my next play. I cannot use Pico's effect to get the free draw, which is a super bummer. I mean, I could try and just link these off, but it wouldn't be into something worth it, probably. Just for the draw, I don't think that's worth. I think I'm better off going for... Yeah, this plays so awkward. This plays really awkward. I mean... Not the end of the world. Okay, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna take these 2, and the Resonance Insect will go subsequently. Man, this was awkward. Don't hate Seraphim here. Don't even have an additional normal for Armor Horn, but he does just get that extra material going. Bing bong, bing bong. Gosh, this one's a weird one. Okay, we're gonna go Armor Horn. I think this is the safer play. I'm gonna go Armor Horn here, just because I want his material pretty much. Resonance is gonna search. I think I just want an extender. Not that. That's not a good enough extender here, unfortunately. Okay. And we'll take these two for Seraphim. I guess Seraphim for 2 counters. So I'll put 2 counters on him. I don't have a dice on me. Shoot. And then we'll go Armor Horn. Go Banish. I don't know. Banish. Kind of like having access to Scale Bomber too. So we'll go Banish, Banish, Banish. 2 revive. There. We'll go Resonance to send. Oh man, this one's a tough one actually. I'll send Goki Pole. Goki Pole's effect will search. We'll grab the Retaliating Sea. I don't love that. I really don't. But I have to go into the Giant Atlas is the problem. Because I almost would like to end on Papillon because it's more disruption, but I won't get Flying Sting back if I end on just him, which is a problem. If only I had a way to buff this Doom Dozer by 200. That's not a joke. It's not a joke. Yeah, we'll just go summon Banishing 2. These 2. No, I think I'd rather have Goki Pole Engrave so I can reset it and potentially send it again. Yeah. To summon, doesn't matter no matter what, we're getting with the same outcome. Atlas Tribute Dozer. I honestly think because of here, because like getting the field spell, oh no, I don't even have that. Ding dang, man, this hand was so awkward. I don't think I played it right. But that's okay, I can still show you, like, even if you don't play it right, like, the stuff you can end on. Okay, then we're gonna set the Imperm. Oh, you know what? Here's what we need to do. We need to banish, let's just say we banish Goki Pole instead of the Scale Bomber. And then, formation, target Scale Bomber, and revive it, at least. So we'll get that, at least make that into an interruption and a follow-up where, like, if anything's destroyed, we'll get a free token every turn. So there we go. I mean, again, I don't think I played this exactly right, but Flying Sting on end phase is going to reset itself. We hard drew the Imperm, so 1, 2. This is like a Ghost Ogre, and then Retaliating Sea in hand. I still think there are better ways to do it. Probably, man, I don't know. I still think this is fine though. Like, you just have like a lot of follow-up. Like, this is just here that if this or this or this ends up engraved, that's just a free revive on those. This guy obviously we know is really a pain to take care of. Retaliating Sea is follow-up. These guys are your main interruption, and then the Ghost Ogre can be awkward for certain decks to work around. So not bad. I mean, I'll still take it, but like, man, I seriously, I did not open a single hand with 4 normal summons yesterday, and 2 out of the 3 in this video. We'll probably do 1 more just for the sake of time, just to keep things moving. You know, not make you guys have to sit through an hour-long video for test hands. Comment in the video, comment in the throw a comment in the comments down below on that test hand where I could have gone with that, if you know that might have been better. I mean, like, it may not have been totally better, but like, I don't know, it might have been slightly more advantageous than what I decided to go for. But here we go, final hand. Oh boy, Kaiju, Contact Sea, pin the bullseye, Twin Bow, and Scale Bomber. All right, this one is not ideal for sure, but it's kind of similar to the last hand, I would say. Trying to think, right? Because like, this can just easily get you to Invincible Atlas, but is it The Pico play doesn't really, I mean, it gets me resonance. Would I rather search for resonance? But if I do that, I don't think I can actually get to the... So it's like, do I go for the Atlas or do I go for the resonance? The resonance will end me on Papillon, and a Sting Lancer added to the hand. So I'd at least have this Sting Lancer and the Papillon, whereas the other play would just get me Atlas and a Sting Lancer for the counter trap, but no search. I think I like the longevity of the other play more. So I'm gonna go special, burn for 2. Link here. Yeah, actually, hold on. We're gonna go special, on special summon. That, burn for 2, obviously. Pico discard the Godarla for sure. Targeting the Bomber. Giving it resonance. I think this is gonna be better overall, to be honest. No, we actually will get the draw because we're not even going through Armor Horn, right? I guess we could. Yeah, actually, I think yeah, okay. Here. We'll see honestly what we draw here, because this could honestly, depending on the extender we draw here, we might actually be able to make the Atlas as well, but we'll see. Get into the counter trap. The counter trap's just like, long story short, guys, the counter trap is just the most powerful interruption you end on turn 1. So because I think it covers the most matchups. It's safe, it's strong. We're gonna draw one. It's primitive. Yay! Okay, so I think we have to go for the Papillon play. I also have it normaled. So I could go Armor Horn, tribute for that, but that doesn't do anything, it just gets me to a link 3 again. Yep, I guess it does trigger resonance though. Yeah, primitive's so bad. Actually, I do think this is right. Okay, so we're gonna go into Armor Horn here. We'll use resonance for the search. Grab the Sting Lancer. Then I'm going to, because I never normal summoned, I'm going to tribute summon the Armor Horn, or tribute summon the primitive using the Armor Horn. Armor Horn engrave, banish 3, and then resonance. We're gonna send the Goki Pole. Goki Pole's gonna search us. Wow, this is such a weird hand. I'm gonna go actually resonance again, right? Like, am I crazy for that? Because I have only used my regular normal summon. We'll use Armor Horn's effect for additional normal. And I think we just go into the link 4 here. This will be banished. We'll get another search for off of the resonance. So we got those. So we just grab Godarla. Is that really what we're doing? No, we just grab Doomdozer, I think. Yeah, I think Doomdozer is actually better here, just so I save the Atlas on field. Yeah, so we'll special Doomdozer by banishing 1 and 2, and then we'll get a send. We'll just get that other turd out of our deck. Effect tributing to special. Boom, and then effect to search your counter trap. Boom, and I think we're gonna pass on that one. So, you know, could have been worse. I mean, this is a really weird hand. This hand was not good. It was literally just 3 extenders. So we're just trying to do the best with what we got. We ended up with the Graveyard Disruption plus the Contact C and the Flying Sting, but you know, we're getting a search off of this. We are getting this back on our next end phase most likely, and you know, that's fine. I will take that. I feel like that's pretty decent just based off of the hand we had. We had to go hella neg. We go trade 5 for 5, but you know, it could have been a worse 5, to be honest. So I will take that for the last hand. I'm glad we had like some mediocre hands here. We didn't really, we had one hand that was really solid. I think that second hand was the really solid hand. We got that on Papillon as well as the other stuff. Never really had a chance to go into Cicada King, which is kind of unfortunate, but usually if you open like Scout Buggy with a bunch of extenders, Cicada King is the play. Specifically if you have like Pin Buggy or Primitive Buggy, that's like the best situation to go that. Or if you open Takatomborg or Terratop, I always mix them up. Terratop is the one there. So there we go, 5 test hands. You know, went pretty well. I mean, I think even for the mediocre hands, I showed you guys that you can still end on 3-4 interruptions off of like only extenders and not even seeing a single starter. So it's not a 1-card engine. It's not just prank kids, or if you don't see a prank kid, you just sit there and, you know, poop your pants. You can see just extenders and still be able to get to something pretty substantial. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe if you haven't and you want to see more Beetrooper stuff. Took on the locals this week. Probably going to take them again with slight changes, but you'll see that later. And yeah, really cool. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.